All right. Hey, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Yeah, how you doing? How you doing, Donald?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Doing good, dude.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off in the middle of your intro.
No. We're saying good morning to everyone here. We've got quite a show. Ahead of us today. Quite a show. Yeah, well, it's evening for some people. I just rolled out of bed. I mean, trying to get organized here at my desk. Oh my God. Yeah, crazy stuff today. Crazy stuff. People, it's great to be here. Hi, everyone. 289 people watching ComicsGate live right now. Got Donald Delay with us. How you doing, Donald? Good?
Yeah, can't complain. It's working on Brutus right now.
You could complain,
Nah, what's the point of that?
No, there's no point in complaining. Life is basically pretty good. And so there's no real reason to bitch or moan about much. Ladies and gentlemen, I swear to God, I woke up today, came downstairs, there's a big package waiting for me. I was just kidding. When I said use Amazon.com to send me pies, I was just kidding. Somebody sent me a big crate of Hostess apple pies. I'm glad they were pies. I'm glad they were apple pies. The girls got into them. I'm still on a 10-day pie-free streak. I'm not going to have any pies. It's just not going to happen. And I know that disappoints so many people, Donald. But I just you have to embrace my sobriety. Sup, everybody? How you doing in the chat? Hi. Why am I clickbaiting? I'm not clickbaiting. This is all stuff that we got to talk about today. So I get my pies. I turn on Twitter. Non-stop crazy stuff. Diversity in comics has disappeared off of Twitter. Everyone is upset. Donald, did you see this? Did you notice that Zach is no longer on Twitter?
Yeah, I woke up and I started going through the timeline and I'm seeing him having this like back and forth with some dude about Squirrel Girl numbers. Then all of a sudden, in a group chat, someone says, "Did Zach just nuke his Twitter? Did he get banned?" Like nobody knew until Sashi came on the scene and said that he deactivated it himself, I guess, to focus on work.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, everybody was saying, Zach was nuked, deplatformed. Of course, Comic Artist Pro Secrets is next. Don't worry about me. They're not going to deplatform me, for goodness sakes. First of all, I do nothing wrong. I mean, it's hard to think of. It'd be hard to accuse Comic Artist Pro Secrets or me, Ethan, of doing anything wrong. I mean, we're just a news organization. We're just I am but a humble frog and ink merchant and t-shirt.
They'll try, man. They'll try to get you for something. I got suspended for 12 hours just for saying "time to sleep, wake me if Sean Connery dies."
Did he die?
No,
he didn't die.
He's not going to die. He's immortal.
I agree with you. I did. I reached out to Zach. I said, "Hey, Zach, were you deplatformed?" And Zach got back to me real quick, and he said, "No, man. Listen, he's got a lot to do. I mean, this guy, he has a comic book to do, and so on and so forth. Let me see here. What did he say to me? He said, I deactivated my Twitter. It was taking up too much time. He actually said that unprompted. He said, I said, yeah, so you deactivated Twitter? He said, yeah, I'm swamped with work. And he has two other things going on that you guys are going to be pretty happy about. You guys don't know yet. Aren't related to work, Donald. These two things are not related to work. But you are going to dig them when you find out. You'll be proud of him. He said, I just deactivated it. I'll come back in less than a month. So my Twitter isn't permanently deleted. And, he's going to need it. He's going to need it to promote what he is doing next. And again, the thing that he's doing next, not comic book related. It's just something that he's promised people. And then he says, when are you going to do my cover for Jawbreakers? I'm like, God, today. I'll do it today. I'll do it today. So I'm actually going to turn on a live cam after this is over. We're going to draw the Jawbreakers cover. I said, send me over the reference. He's sending me over all the character reference for all of these Jawbreakers characters. And we'll do it live. Okay, we'll do it live.
Fuck yeah, man.
Bill, what's his name? Who was that? Bill.
Watch that.
Bill O'Reilly. See how quickly people's names just leave your mind when they leave social media or when they leave the media, when they leave Fox News. I couldn't remember Bill O'Reilly's name. Couldn't remember. Hopefully history will remember his name. Hopefully history will. So there's that. There's nothing to worry about. Zach will be back. Zach will be back. And then I'll write a song called Return of the Zach. No. All right, I won't. No. So the other thing, I'm uploading a video about this now. So the other thing people are panicked about is Rose Tico, Kelly Marie Tran, wrote an essay for the New York Times. Inexplicably, Rose Tico has emerged to write an essay about what it feels like to be an Asian woman in racist-ass Hollywood. So I had to, and they're spinning this to kind of be, hey, this is her talking about, being marginalized by online harassment. I see no evidence of that. I'm uploading a video about it right now. This video is going to explain it all. It's going to, you'll catch my video or you'll catch my opinion on that. But it is true. It's like, hey, online harassment, a real thing. Online harassment, a real thing for a working Star Wars performer? Probably not. Probably not a real concern in this day and age. Escape World Show, thanks for $1.99. Hi, Uncle E. I hope you feel better. More card vids. More card vids? What do you mean by card vids? Oh, you want me to open trading cards? You like those? Donald, sometimes I'll buy a crate of trading cards and I'll just do nothing but open them on camera. People like that. People like that. I got Finn's autograph from Star Wars The Last Jedi. Does that mean anything to you at all? No. All right. Well, nobody else was impressed either.
Okay.
Yeah.
The guy that fucked everybody up, tried going after the Empire by himself, right? And then Rose had to come in and smash his ship. That guy.
That's right. That's correct. That is correct. Yeah, that is our Finn. That is part of this whole video that I made. It's like, hey, yeah, Rose basically saved his life. Now, of course, he wasn't looking to have his life saved. But why? Why is it that Rose Tico couldn't be the leading woman? Why couldn't Rose Tico get her man? I mean, clearly she said that she was all about saving that which she loved, not destroying that which she hated. She hated the cannon. The big gigantic cannon that was destroying everything. She hated it. She didn't want to destroy it. She wanted to save what she loved. That was Finn. She laid a big smackaroo right on his facha. Right on his facha. You know what a facha is?
His face.
His face. She laid a big smoocheroo right on his facha. And he, you know what he did? He responded like he'd been kissed by a squirrel. What the like that. And you can watch it. You can watch it in the movie, and she looks. There's a moment where she looks in his eyes, like, and goes, "Do you realize I'm a woman, and I just gave myself to you, and you're looking at me like you were kissed by some kind of a mollusk. It's like I'm a beautiful woman." And then she just feigns unconsciousness. Why did Ryan Johnson write that? What is
Because
going
he's
on?
terrible.
He is a
He's
terrible,
terrible writer.
terrible writer, terrible human being. It's no wonder, Kelly Marie Tran feels marginalized. It's no wonder she feels that being an Asian woman, a beautiful Asian woman in Hollywood, will always make her play second fiddle. She'll always play some janitor in a potato sack with a rope tied around her waist, scowling, crying with mucus running down her face. She's always going to play those roles as long as white, empty-skulled balloon heads like Ryan Johnson are writing and directing these scripts. Always. But that's always going to be the case. Karma, thanks for $5. Look up that one clip from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures where the squirrel kills some Nazis. That's Zach, LMAO, RIP. Well, I will. I'll look that clip up. I mean,
Hey, Ethan, I don't mean to cut you off. Can you? I gotta step away for a second, but I'll be right back.
You can do that.
I just gotta help my wife bring in the. My wife is home.
The
I gotta help
groceries?
her bring in the sleeping kids.
The sleeping kids.
Yeah, she brought she took our kids out to go play with their best friend.
Nitrous oxide? No. Oh.
They're just napping. I gotta help her bring them in.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good. Just make
I'll
sure
be
they're
back.
all right. Yeah, no problem. So that is always going to be the case. It's always going to be the case whenever these guys get control. Their true racist tendencies will come out, and that is the thing. Hey, Mr. D says, "Talk to us, Ethan." I am talking to you. Hi. Steve Payne says, "Oh." Gula82 says his wife's kids. All right. Well, I think they're probably his kids. I think that's probably safe to say. James Gunn needs help bringing in sleeping kids too. As a matter of fact, James Gunn, again, there is no shortage of horrible things about James Gunn. No shortage. Apparently, let me see here. Let's find this link that somebody sent me. Everybody is sending me the Kelly Marie Tran link. I got it, everyone. I woke up to that and went, oh, good. It's gonna be a special kind of day. I'm gonna get to talk about Rose Tico. But then somebody else, let me see, where is it? Oh my God, it's all Tico. How many more Tico things are people gonna be sending me here? Oh, somebody did send me a James Gunn link, and now I'm finding it difficult. I should be a little bit more prepared than this, frankly. Oh, yeah. Somebody, by the way, sent a blacklist out. This is crazy. Like, again, this guy Swankmotron. I don't know who he is. Swankmotron, also known as Brian Young. He's got a check mark, so I guess he's somebody. He has accomplished something in his life. I don't know what it is. He said, I was asked to share my block list so you could save yourself some harassment too. So here you go. And he delivers his block list. He links his block list, which is embarrassing. This block list is literally 2,500 people long. It includes people like Jordan B. Peterson. Of course, I am on this list. I don't know who this dude is, but he talks about me an awful lot. He blocked. Was Jordan B. Peterson harassing you, Swankmotron? You would think he would have better things to do. What are these people doing? Like mass blocking entire. Honestly, this is a squadron of people. This is the population of the damn Death Star. Why are you mass blocking people and saying, oh, well, he did. Actually, he blocked Mundane Matt. I'm scrolling through the list. Mundane Matt is on this list. It's fun. Mundane Matt is a harasser. That is clear. Let me see who else is on this list that he is blocking. You're definitely on it. Everyone in the chat is definitely on this list, by the way. What a pussy. Can I just say, block a city. This is an entire American city worth of people on Twitter to spare yourself the harassment, quote unquote the harassment. The whole world is harassing you online, and you're blocking them, and then you're giving people this blacklist. Um, uh, yeah, my God, and I don't even know who you are, and you talk about me endlessly, Swank Motron. You talk about me endlessly. You reference me, even though I have never interacted with you prior to you starting to use my name, and you call me like I am somebody who will harass you. My God, people are absolutely insane. Um, yeah, I don't harass people. I'm not interested in harassing people. All right, so somebody did send me a link. I'm trying to find it. A story about James Gunn beating up his little person girlfriend. James Gunn attacking little people. I want to say midgets, but Andrea is saying don't say midget anymore. She's saying midget is a bad word. Um, yeah, is midget a bad? Then how could Tootsie Rolls are called midgies. Tootsie Rolls are called midgies. Uh, yeah. College student FMU says I'm black and on a block list. That seems on a blacklist. No, a block list, not a blacklist. A blacklist is different. Yeah, small people. Um, yeah, I need to find more about this here, because this is a big deal as well. Bear with me here. Uh, is this a hoax? Could it be true? I mean, could it be true that James Gunn is beating up little people? I had a fantasy once. I had a dream about letting Kenny Baker, R2D2, whip my ass. Uh, that was something that I wanted to have happen at a convention, just to have him rock my day, just get on top of me and start punching me in the face. I would take a beating. Oh, here it is. I would take a beating from Kenny Baker. I would. I don't think he was that type of a guy. I don't think he was that type of a guy. Okay, here it is here. Revealed, James Gunn bragged about beating up his midget, so they are using the word midget here. They are using the word midget. James Gunn bragged about beating up his midget girlfriend for not fitting into a mini fridge. Thank you, Custom Songmaker, for $10. I asked for Finn's autograph at the DoubleTree. He just held up 5 fingers for 5 pie slices and slammed the door on the aquarium I was carrying, smashing the glass and my rare fish and severing my tendons. Did you call the police? That's a matter for the police. Custom Songmaker, that is not a matter for social media. That is something that requires police attention, and I hope that you seek and receive justice. Milo Ianopoulos writes this story. Revealed, James Gunn bragged about beating up his midget girlfriend for not fitting into a mini fridge. Why would you beat up your girlfriend for not fitting into a mini fridge? Why would you do that? I mean, not many people fit into a mini fridge. Not many people fit in there. All right, let's find out if this is true. In disturbing, now deleted blog post, the fired Disney director reveals yet another preoccupation with small people like kids, but midgets, claiming that he left his legal midget girlfriend bloodshot and bleeding from 2 days of beatings after she, quote, needed to learn a lesson. Narkish, are you aware of this? I hope that you are. Feel free to pop in the chat, Narkish, if you want. James Gunn wrote a long post in a 2010 illustrated a long blog post in 2010 illustrated with more than a dozen pictures. So he took photographs. Did he take photographs of him trying to stuff a midget into a refrigerator? Yeah, and in a mini fridge. Yeah, why didn't Gail Simone know about this? Somebody please alert Gail Simone, women in refrigerators. That was her whole thing. That this is what this man did. Maybe she'll change her tune. Maybe she'll change her tune about James Gunn. What do you think of that? More than a dozen pictures describing how he beat his legal midget Asian girlfriend. Legal midget is in quotes. Asian girlfriend for failing to fit herself into small containers. Dangerous can reveal. Gunn describes the woman, who he identifies as Mia Matsumaya, as bloodshot and bleeding from 2 days of beatings. He described the first day he hit her as a dark day, on which, quote, she needed to learn a lesson. Mike S. Miller, welcome.
Hello.
How are you? Mike, we're talking about this. I'm glad to have you here. We're talking about this tragic story of James Gunn. It has been revealed that James Gunn was dating, he calls her a midget. I'm going to call her a midget too, only to make fun of him. But he was dating a little person, and he beat her senseless because she wouldn't fit into his mini fridge.
Are you serious?
I am serious. I'm reading this story right now. This is a serious story. I'm gonna have to make a whole other video on this. I am. Gunn was fired from Disney for disturbing, voluminous comments about pedophilia, which his supporters have characterized as off-color humor. Well, I would call it off-color. I would call it off-color, indeed. The blog post has since been deleted, but an archived copy of it was provided to this magazine last night by, guess who? Mike Cernovich. Okay, Mike Cernovich. His 2010 blog post is titled, quote, "Shoving Mia Matsumaya into Small Containers." This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. In 2010, Gunn, what is wrong with people, Mike, that they would do that?
Freaking hell.
Yeah. Nasser, welcome to the chat as well. Nasser, it's good
Hello.
to have you here.
What's
right,
good,
so,
Ethan?
Nothing's good. Nothing's good. Everything's terrible right now. Everything is absolutely terrible. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Hold on. Let me have a drink of Rockstar Pure Zero Punched. It's a 240 milligram caffeine per can energy drink. It's 0 calories, 0 sugar, lots of taurine, lots of caffeine. So it will give you a buzz and make you go blind. Rockstar Pure Zero Punched. Get yours today. Thank you. I'm not being sponsored.
I was about to ask.
Yet.
I think James Gunn read too many comic books about women fridge.
Well, we were just saying,
yeah.
where is Gail Simone in this? I mean, well, Gail Simone and refrigerators, where she usually is, but
begging Disney to hire him back.
Yes. Maybe if she knew about this, maybe if she knew that this was the case, things might be different.
I wonder how many eggs are on Chris Pratt's face right now.
I hope a lot. I hope a lot of eggs are on his face.
Yeah, I was so disappointed in him, and I mean, I understand the loyalty thing, but I mean, there's a line,
To be fair, he knew about the pedophilia. He didn't know about shoving midgets into refrigerators. He didn't know that. All right. So
that's fair.
Let's give him a second chance. Let's give him another opportunity to make this right. All right, let me see here. Yeah, so let's get back to this story here. Now, Nasser, just to catch you up, it has been revealed that James Gunn, on top of being somebody who jokes, quote unquote, about rape, jokes, quote unquote, about quote unquote, about pedophilia and abusing children, he also beat the living hell out of his Asian midget girlfriend because she would not fit into the mini fridge. Okay? And he beat her senseless. Is this for real? This is for real. I'm reading this. That's
exactly what I said.
Yeah, it's I don't know if it's for real, but it is something that he bragged about doing. Revealed James Gunn bragged about beating up his midget girlfriend for not fitting into a mini fridge. And it is a disturbing, now deleted blog post. The fired Disney director reveals yet another preoccupation with small people, claiming that he left his legal midget girlfriend bloodshot, that's in the eyes, right? And bleeding from 2 days of beatings. 2 days of beatings. Can you imagine James Gunn kicking your ass for 2 days straight?
It would have to be a midget, because I don't think he could kick a normal person's ass for 2 days straight.
That is what I'm saying. That's what I'm suggesting. It would take him 2 days. It would take him 2 days, and you'd have to be tied up. You could beat James Gunn's ass, couldn't you? I mean,
with one hand. I've met his brother. I mean, and they're about the same size, and they're like guys. Twigs, man. You could snap them in half.
Yeah, it is true. It is true. Anyway, so let's get back to this story here. This is a very serious story. Leo the Bum Tickler, I can't believe Zach freaking died. R.I.P. Yeah, well, I mean, rest in peace, Zach. As many of you know, over the past 8 months or so, I have delighted, and this is a quote. This isn't me saying this. This is a quote from James Gunn. As many of you know, over the past 8 months or so, I have delighted in shoving my midget girlfriend. She's a legal midget, 4'9". And what's 4'9"?
Oh man, that's only 2 inches taller than my mom. That's
As your
seriously.
is your mom a legal? Is your mom an illegal midget, or is
I don't know what the legal terminology is, but I mean she's a standard Japanese woman size.
oh,
She's 4'11", so
all right. Well, 4'11". All right, so maybe she was 2 inches above being legal in terms of midgethood. I guess I don't always using the word midget. It's very offensive. It's very offensive.
only because they tell you it is.
Well, I mean, you know, words hurt. Our personal tradition. Okay, so he's all right. So I'll read that again. As many of you know, over the past 8 months or so, I have delighted in shoving my midget girlfriend. She's a legal midget, 4'9" into small objects. Bobo Vasquez, thanks for $2. He says this show is cash poor so far. Yeah, they're not tipping me today, Bobo. I don't know what to tell you. There are no super chats coming in. It's because everybody's horrified. If everybody wasn't so horrified, if I had good news, I'd probably be getting more super chats. I have bad news for everybody. Bad news. They don't like this. Quote, our personal tradition began on our very first date back in July when I removed all of the newspapers from a newspaper box on the side of the road and shoved her inside. When I saw her tiny body curled up in there like the bendy dwarfish freak she is, I had a feeling this was going to be a very special relationship. I know people did send super chats. I'm just kidding. Gunn describes Matsumaya's first trip to visit me in Los Angeles, during which he says he shoved her into his clothes hamster. There is actually a photograph of a midget in a clothes hamster and his hamper and his hand pushing her down into the hamper. This is terrible.
Was this all on his Twitter, or where did they find all this?
Well, he deleted it. You know, I mean, he deleted it now. For goodness sakes, of course he did. But yeah.
What kind of normal person would post this? This is too weird.
No kind of normal person.
No, this isn't normal. This isn't normal. I might as well let's I don't do this very often, but we might as well screen share this. This is people need to see this to fully realize. And some people think that I'm joking about this. This is not a joke. Like there's nothing funny about this. This is absolutely terrible. Here it is. James Gunn. All right. So here's the illustration. Here's the photograph of his little person girlfriend in a clothes hamper. As you can see, he's shoving her. That actually looks like a child. That does look like a child. In his clothes hamper right there. What's your reaction to that, Mike?
Well, she doesn't look like she's being shoved.
She doesn't look happy. Does she look happy to you?
No, but you know, Asian women are very docile.
Oh, they are.
They do as they're told.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
No, but she's just a short Asian girl. She's not a midget. That's him being derogatory towards her for being a typical Asian height. What the hell?
You can't do that. Everyone's outraged in the chat. He said, I emailed my mom photos of Maya in the newspaper box, he continues, and my hamper, and a couple I took of her in Dallas fitting into my luggage to prove that she enjoyed exploiting her midgetdom for the joy of all. So, of course, he fit her in a sandwich box. There she is in a sandwich box. Next.
What the hell?
Yeah. That is upsetting. I mean, why would you put her in a sandwich box?
I'm pretty freaked out from all this.
You are? Well, I don't blame you. I mean, you still have morals. You have morals. You have ethics. And so, putting your girlfriend in a sandwich box strikes you as disgusting, and I don't blame you for that. Now, would you put her in your suitcase? Look at her face.
No.
She doesn't look happy at all. Is that the face of a happy person? No, of course not. Yeah, this is absolutely terrible. It's immoral. Leo the Bum Tickler, thank you for $5. Is he dating midgets because that's the closest thing to dating a child in public? Law and Order SVU, everyone. Listen, draw your own conclusions. I can't. Yeah, I can't do that for you. So, next, of course, you're gonna put her in your suitcase and take her with you. Terrible, absolutely terrible. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to another human being? The post takes a darker turn when Gunn alleges that the picture of Matsumaya with a bruise under her left eye is the result of her failing to contort herself sufficiently to be placed into a mini fridge. Okay, that's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. What goes on in that photograph? What's that sock or whatever that is in the background?
Argyle socks with skeleton heads.
Yeah.
Crossbones, skull and crossbones.
Yeah. It takes a darker turn, as you can see. It is dark. Gunn describes this as a dark day. Then, before posting a picture of the bruise, he writes, "I wasn't happy to do it, but she needed to learn a lesson about what happens to girlfriends of mine who don't fit into things." Leo the Bum Tickler, again, thanks for $5. At least she's flexible. Yeah, absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. David Barron says, Diversity in Comics Twitter is down. That is the story. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. The Twitter is down. His Twitter is down for now. He decided to take it down so that he could focus on work. Yeah, work. 2 days ago, it wasn't because he was deplatformed. It wasn't because of anything like that. He took his Twitter down simply because he was getting into arguments with weirdos, and it was a time suck. You don't want to get in arguments with these people. It's Mike. It's a discipline thing, Nasser. It's a discipline thing to be able to just say, "I'm going to mute you" and not respond to your idiocy. Because
yeah, I've muted so many people, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't blame him for deleting his Twitter.
Yeah, and we had this discussion last night on the Aloha Hour. It's not that I like, me, dude. I've freaking spent a career arguing with people on Facebook and message boards and stuff. But Twitter is a whole different monster. You don't have the freaking. It's not the platform to have a deep and important discussion. It's just freaking people shooting quills at you, trying to get you to waste your time, and it's like such a time suck that it's the first. Like I only ever block people on Facebook for being absolute douchebags, but on Twitter I will just, like, if I know after 2 or 3 messages that someone is just trying to bait me to suck up my time, I just mute them.
And rightfully so. I mean, my gosh, it is a waste of time. I myself am just muting people left and right at this point because it's just like, look, I've got things to do. I definitely have things to do. I don't have time to argue with nerds. Do I have time to argue with nerds?
Hey, here's my 4'11" mom.
Are you serious?
She's not a midget.
Can we see her, please? Let me see if I can. Let me stop sharing the screen. We'll get back to the story in a minute. Now, let me see. Mike's mom. Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Are you Mrs. Miller?
I think so.
Okay. We were just talking about a story. Now, there's a guy named James Gunn. He's a very, very bad guy. He's a very bad guy. And what he is being accused of doing is taking his girlfriend, who is only 2 inches smaller than you. Okay?
Oh, yeah?
She's 4'9", and he beat her up because she would not go into a mini fridge. He wanted to stuff her into a mini fridge. This is wrong.
You wanted to. She's not real great at English.
Would you translate for her? Will you make her understand?
Stick her, a small refrigerator, the little ones that are like this big.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to stick her in a refrigerator,
Uh-huh.
and she's only about a little smaller than you.
Mm.
And so he would beat her up
Oh.
to put her in a refrigerator.
And this is wrong. This is definitely wrong. This is a bad guy who does not. Ask your mom if this is a man who should be making movies for Disney. A man who stuffs women into small objects.
God's kind of man. Kill.
Ooh.
Say kill him?
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I could be convinced. I could be convinced that is what he deserves. But I would just say don't make any Guardians of the Galaxy movies. But the death sentence, I am conservative.
Hold on. Let's see. What is that?
It's fire, her, and when he's waiting time that he was asleep, building a baseball bat or something, beat up him.
So
and
when
okay, that's my mom.
So most people, bye-bye. Thank you, Mrs. Miller. Appreciate it. So most people's opinion is that when he is asleep, you should hit him with a baseball bat. That is honesty. That is based. That is based. Mike, we see. Where did your kindness, where did your patience come from?
Jesus Christ. She's still a Buddhist.
Yes. Yes, indeed. All right, so let's get back to this story here. This is urgency. So 2 days later, we still haven't gotten over this blow to our relationship, he adds. But while having a small get-together at my place, she looked up at me with her big brown eyes, bloodshot and bleeding from 2 days of beatings for not being able to fit into the mini fridge. And she said, I need to redeem myself. I need to fit into something really, really small. Gunn then describes the happiest day of his life when his girlfriend, whom he describes as a disgusting little wormy thing. That's how he's describing his girlfriend, as a disgusting little wormy thing. Again, I mean, this is just not great. She doesn't look disgusting to me. She looks, I don't know. She
Adorable.
Looks nice.
Looks like a little China doll.
Yeah. Why would he call her disgusting?
Because he's obviously got that freaking bizarre power trip, like I can't remember what it's called. It's like there's a sociological or a psychological term for it, or he's just that wants to belittle and berate people, and it's disturbing. I mean, on multiple levels.
It is. Yeah, it is disturbing. It's disturbing on multiple levels.
I mean, I'll be upfront. The small person, small girl wanting to, if she wanted to get into things, I mean, my little kids will climb into suitcases and crap like that.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't bother me as much as what he's freaking saying about her, and that he's making her do it, and he's belittling her in the process of doing it. Like, that's what freaking irks me.
It irks me too. I like that it's disturbing on multiple levels. It is disturbing on multiple levels.
Pick a level.
Yeah, like if you were reading this story in an elevator, you'd be like, this story is disturbing no matter what floor I get up on, multiple levels.
Yeah.
That's a dad joke. 2 days later, we haven't gotten over this blow to the relationship, he says. So she fit herself inside a pillowcase, moaning slightly with pain. Yeah, I would think so. Following a now familiar pattern, Gunn added an addendum to his blog post sometime later, blaming complete fucking idiots who read his blog and never seem to get even my broadest attempts at humor, adding most of this blog is made up for your entertainment, and adding a request for readers to follow him on Twitter. That was his final mistake. I don't think this is funny at all,
No.
James Gunn. I don't think it's funny. Yeah. Mike, tell me why it's not funny to you.
It's not humor. It's not even dark humor. I mean, dark humor, with like an edge, at least you can tell that they're freaking kidding. What he's doing is creating a story. Pretend he's making this all up. He's creating a very freaking grim, dark story that does nothing but paint him as an abusive person. How's that supposed to be funny? And just coming out after the fact and saying, this is supposed to be funny. I mean, it's like Nasser with the freaking kitten joke. This,
Yeah. And I haven't made any sense.
Nasser should be able to relate to this.
Nasser, what are your thoughts about this whole story?
It's just really disturbing to see these pictures, but what really freaks me out still is is the original stuff, those pedophile tweets, especially because I have a little sister and she loves the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and then it's like, 'cause it's like, how do you explain this to her now that the movie she loves, this guy that writes them, he's a weirdo, that the way he talks about kids, and then he stuffs this lady into suitcases and stuff.
How do you tell your kids that? That is the question. How, I'll be honest with you.
It creates a greater context. The freaking the stinking kid diddling jokes, man. It's
you know where I got this story? You know who told me this story? Ava, my daughter Ava.
No.
Yeah, she did. She came to me and she said, "Dad, this man was stuffing women, midgets, into refrigerators and suitcases and pillowcases."
God dang it! You know what? That freaking
she's only 2. She's only 2, and she goes, "Why, Dad?" And I was like, "I'm glad you're reading Dangerous, the Milo Yiannopoulos website, Ava." But I searched my heart for an answer.
This is why, when I was running my own company, I got a whole bunch of flack for this, because I had this policy that if you were going to be working for Alias, we were going to be publishing your work, then you could not be doing like freaking porn at the same time, because we were at a company that targeted all ages, and we did not want some kid, and you just gave me an example, some kid saying, "Oh gosh, I love, person A's artwork. I'm going to go see what else they do," and drop on top of some gay porn site. Right? Because I didn't want that. I was trying to protect my readers, and I got so much flack for being a homophobe, because one of my artists was a gay guy who did gay porn drawings, and it's like, okay, you can't be doing this and have that stuff out there while we're publishing your freaking kid book. He did lions, tigers, and bears. It was like, totally targeted at kids. And I'm like, you can't do that. We have to protect our readers. And this, having someone like this on a property that kids adore, that you can't.
It is tricky. It's hard to find. It is hard to find a comic book artist that isn't doing gay porn right now. So, I feel your pain. I understand. But it is important that we try. So, a lot of people are upset. Jim J says, "This breaks my heart a little." My heart a little. Yeah, I'm glad that you still have a heart. It is rare in this day and age. Not a lot of people do. I think that is evident. So James Gunn, still hasn't found bottom. Still has not found the bottom. He will continue to descend into worse and worse, more disgusting things. All right, let's see here. What's going on? We got some super chats, of course. Oh my God, a lot of super chats. I haven't been paying attention to these. E. Michael, thanks for $2. I like the Uncle Ethan sick voice. I'm getting better. I'm getting, it's recovering. Dio Brando, thanks for $2. Did you see iDubbbz attacked Geeks and Gamers? Oh, this never happens to me. Why can't I get attacked by huge YouTubers and get some attention? That's only going to make Geeks and Gamers channel blow up even more. And he's at 70. Yesterday he was at 76,000. I can't get to 75. He's at 76. He's going to be at 80. Thanks, iDubbbz. Escape World Show, $1.99. Hi, Uncle E. Hope you feel better with more card vids. I will do more card vids eventually. Alex G says, Animal Crackers redesigned box. No more cages. Wow. That is weird. Why did they take the cages off? They
just have a poacher on the front now.
Is that right? Yeah, that's these animals should be free. Let me tell you something. I dearly hope that when I go to the zoo, the animals will still be in cages. I'm not sure it's reassuring to see man-eating vicious creatures that are not in cages. So interesting. These leftists are everywhere, and they're doing weirdo things. They're doing weirdo things. What do you think about that? Is Donald back? No, he left.
He's
No, he
backing
left.
off.
Yeah, he left. Okay, Nasser, what do you think of that? Do you think it makes a difference that these animals are not in cages on animal cracker boxes?
I don't think so, but I would kind of have to see what they replaced it with, like how it looks now.
Just visually. But what do you think about the impact of seeing animals free? Now, listen, the animal crackers box traditionally looks like a circus train car, right? So if you were to pack animals on a circus train car, would you want them behind bars, or would you want them to feel free to jump off the train and attack a Kansas City town full of small children? Dom Casey
Well,
is
you'd want them
making
barred up.
Well, Dom Casey's saying Ethan wants to put Harambe in a cage. He's
Skippy.
dead. He's dead. And it's not funny. Harambe is dead, and he was trying to protect that boy. So no, I don't want to put Harambe in a cage. I want to put Harambe in heaven. Do gorillas go to heaven, Mike?
Nah, not that one. He's gonna
No.
kill that kid.
Do they? Well, no. But I mean, animals in general. Do animals go to heaven?
I don't know per se. I know there are animals described as being in heaven. I don't know if those are different animals, or I mean, that would be a hell of a lot of animals, man. You know how many animals are born and die? They have such a fast life expectancy. They mature in a year, and then you have, dude. I had a kitten, got pregnant at 8 months old, and then had 5 freaking litters over the course of the next 3 years. These things, heaven would be nothing but animals if all animals went to heaven. It'd just it'd be like wall to wall fur.
I know people are hoping to get their pets in heaven. I mean, that's something. I mean, you have a dog, and you want to see your dog again in heaven.
Yeah, I get it.
How many dogs do you have in a lifetime? Is the idea that in heaven you are going to be scooping up the celestial poop of eight
Right.
dogs? 8 dogs. Do animals still poop in heaven?
Uh,
Do the souls of animals do
That's a good
souls
question.
poop?
That's a good question. Well,
What is your guess?
no, that's heaven isn't. Well, shoot. No, not in the spiritual realm. I would not think, but there's the new heaven and new earth. We come back in physical bodies. So
Yeah. Okay.
and
So
and there will be animals in the new heaven and the new earth. So maybe they will be the resurrection of Fido and Spot for those who
somebody is saying
desperately need.
somebody is saying that the poop goes straight to hell. All right, so
Then what do the trees eat?
are there trees? Do trees go to heaven? Do
Yes,
trees have
trees.
souls? Why would trees? Why would trees be in heaven? I think there's an argument to be made that animals have souls. Is there an argument to be made that trees have souls? But I do like the idea. Here are the 2 options. Here are the 3 options. Either your butt is sealed up, you no longer excrete, which is weird. In heaven, souls do not have buttholes.
We are deviating.
No, I'm guessing. I don't know. Are there anuses in heaven? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that there are. If there are, the poop is hell a poop treatment facility? Is it sewage? Does raw sewage all go straight to hell? And is there a pipeline from heaven to earth with which that sewage is disposed of? These are all good questions. I'm glad the chat is bringing this up.
Perhaps it all just disintegrates and it just comes out as farts that smell like roses.
That sounds like heaven to me.
That sounds like heaven to touch. Well, not touch, but
Ew, yeah.
I don't want to know what Mike's touching.
Yeah, Mike, what are you doing? Well hung and dung, thanks for £2. Mass report any SJW people talking BS, please. Mass report them. Yeah. I don't have time. It's like people think that I have an army of fans that I sick on people. How much time do you think I have? And how much? I mean, if people realized how little I cared, speaking of poop, if it was scientifically, if I could scientifically measure how little of I give about SJWs on Twitter, to represent that lack of shit. All animals from the beginning of time, we're talking about down to paramecium, all the way into the future, 200 years into the future, would have to all stop excreting entirely. That is a representation of how little of it I give about. By the way, I'm editing my curses, Mike. You've got kids in the room.
I get you.
About SJWs. Not at all. Not at all. So you don't have to mass report them. You just mute them, ignore them. You know, it's not. You don't have to have a mass block list. I think that's pretty weird too.
Yeah, that's juvenile.
It is silly. Midnight Cherry TV says you've been harassing us with 6 Star Wars burns. Yeah. I hope you've enjoyed it. Custom Songmaker tells us about asking for Finn's autograph. The Revel Kissed, thank you for $2. How much did Feige know? Did Feige know that he was that James Gunn was shoving his girlfriend into suitcases and refrigerators? I'd have to say no. I don't think he would tolerate it. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a no on that. I mean, that's liability. They wouldn't, if they knew about this liability, they would not have hired him.
Yeah.
I'm with you guys on that.
Yeah, I think that's the case. The P-Ness monster. It's like the Loch Ness monster, but it's the P-Ness monster. 2 pounds. I'd beat my midget if they won't fit into my suitcase. Well, there's another one. So Leo the Bum Tickler, $2. I can't believe Zach freaking died. Bobo Vasquez, I got you already. All James Gunn defenders have to shut up now, right? Says Michael Daler for $2. Yeah, they do. They have to shut up. Leo the Bum Tickler. We got that. At least she's flexible. She looks like a damn child, says Gojirify. McKinney 90. So far, there's one video about this, and I looked it up, and there's the dangerous article, and Jack Sobek made a post on Twitter about it. It might get traffic. I'll do a video about it. I definitely have to. Josh, thanks for $1.99. Given dark ties to pedo, easy to draw conclusions. Yeah, it is easy to draw conclusions. Castration would be a far better punishment for Gunn, says Seed Fan 85. And Brian for $5. What is most disturbing is that his current chick looks like a preteen, and that's why he. Sir, okay. Orange. This is all. It is disturbing. People. You know, this is the thing. When you talk like this, when you make jokes like this, when this is your predisposition, people draw conclusions. So you don't want to do that.
Out of the mouth, you know this scripture, right? Out of the mouth comes the overflow of the heart.
That's so true. That is so true. That is why I rainbows come out of my mouth. I mean,
that's why all I talk about is Red Rooster.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
Got Red Rooster heart.
Hi, Ian in the chat says, why should they shut up when this has been a hit by the Pizzagate conspirator and those other losers who need to get a life? Well, I don't know. I mean, look, you know, more evidence keeps coming out every single day that this guy beats and abuses midgets. And I don't know how you can defend that. I don't know how you can defend that. And I hate to use that word. I hate it.
Nothing on Twitter from Pratt.
No apologies, and I'm sure more stuff will come out. More evidence will come out. Nightmare near Fumikano, $5. I made a mundane match at Salty Bet with his YouTube career team versus his Boulder Collection team, and Boulder Collection team won. Hey, that's great. Uncle E, can you give us a squint at Jawbreaker's Lost Souls cover? Says Corplot. No, you're gonna watch me do it. I haven't even started it yet. I know what it is. He gave me a sketch for it. We'll all go through it. We'll do it together. It is
going to be fun.
It will be. Thank you, Nasser. It's going to be fun to do. Laura, Ryan stole my fan fiction story, $1.99. Hey, Uncle E, people retweet. Oh, hey, Uncle E, people retweeted that Kelly Marie Tran without reading. Yeah, I read it. My video is coming up. Again, I mentioned it here. I didn't really talk about it in depth. I read that entire post much differently than other people are. I think my take on it is a hot take. Edwin Boyette, hi, $4.99. Does Zach's absence from Twitter have anything to do with Don Tucci and the New Jersey Pie Mafia? I don't know. I don't know. I think I was told that Zach's absence from Twitter had to do with way too much work and a focus on some matters of import. But you know, it could have. Did Billy Tucci make that happen? It's possible. The New Jersey Pie Mafia. That some people are saying that is me. I am not. The mafia, the Pie Mafia, doesn't exist. It's not a real thing. Okay. It doesn't exist.
That's what they always say.
It's a rumor, and it isn't real. But yeah, we do miss Zach. We hope he gets back to Twitter soon. Even though, here's the thing, you know, he was saying, "I'm muting these people. I'm not engaging these SJWs," and then he spent all yesterday engaging these people. There's nothing in it for him. I just keep telling him, it's like, dude. Stop arguing with weirdos. Just keep making your videos and stop it. But he won't stop it. Let's see. Mike, can't wait to see you at Dragon Con. Why the two booths? 535, 537 says orange lightsabers rule.
Are you serious? That's the first I heard of it, and actually I was considering not going now because I just I don't know if it's going to be worth my time.
Dragon Con. You know, that was a whole thing. You know about Dragon Con and who used to run that, right? I mean, that's a whole other pedophilia story. Are you aware of that?
I think he left.
Mike, are you there? Hey, Mitch is here, though. We lost Mike. Mike disappeared, and Mitch showed up in his place. This is basically a game of musical chairs. You know, we boot people out and replace them with handsomer people. How you doing, Mitch?
I'm doing well for a guy too handsome to work at Benihana's, I guess.
Yeah, they would take one look at you and say you're overqualified.
I tried. I did try.
In terms of the handsome, whoever said, yeah, you know, Mike S. Miller, are you going to Dragon Con? You brought up some dark feelings in him, and he had to go. He'll be back. He's crying. He's a very sensitive man. Mike S. Miller is a very sensitive man. Nasser, did you know that?
Yeah,
you know that.
We make fun of him now for crying.
Even Cecil won't do that to midgets. Keep gun gone, says Midnight Cherry TV. Michael Daler, thanks for $2. After Ethan loses all his money, will he do pie porn? Well, I mean, you know, I like to keep my options open, Michael Daler. Samurai Ulki, thanks for €2. Hello, folks. Congratulations for all you guys' fine comics. So thank you for your support.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Billy Ritchie, $1.99. Put the poop in a trebuchet and aim it at Crazy KK. Well, you know, these are all good ideas. I mean, you know, you can't say that ComicsGate fans are not creative. They have great ideas, Mitch.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
They're smart people, this crowd.
Tasteful people. We were having an argument earlier about whether souls have butts and if they poop. And if they do poop in heaven, does the poop go straight to hell? People were conflicted about this. I'm just saying things might be different in heaven. Things might be different. Souls might have different you know, biological inclinations. Let's just put it that way. Don't know. But this question all came from dogs. Do you believe that animals go to heaven?
Me? Yeah, we'll meet all. Don't you meet them all on the Rainbow Bridge? This is canon, right? It is known.
I'm not sure. I've heard various things. No. I've heard. You know, my parents all told me that. Dogs, yeah, your pets are in heaven. I said, well, this cat. I mean, I know this cat that just died. I'm 8 years old. Is important to me now, but I don't. Like, I'm now 43 years old. I'm about to be 44. If I were to drop dead tomorrow, I don't want to see that cat again. Like, I can't. How many cats, how many animals have I owned in my lifetime that have passed on? Too many. Sometimes under suspicious circumstances.
Hanging around Nasser too much.
Yeah. Let's talk about Nasser. What has Nasser been up to? Yeah, exactly.
I've been up to a lot today.
With
I got
animals?
no. You asked what I was up to, right?
No. I just meant in terms of pets. Like, how many pets have died at your hands? I mean, just not at your hands.
Oh, sorry, I misheard you.
Yeah.
I had a turtle, and that was it. But we have a family dog, but like personally, my own animals, I had a turtle, and she died of old age, I think.
That's interesting. Turtles live to be 98 years old. How long did you have the turtle?
I was really little.
Hmm.
I don't remember. I had it from like elementary until like junior high, but I don't remember exactly what years. I don't know.
Suspicious. Karma, thanks for $5. In a year or so, I'll be making an Indiegogo for a project that I've been working on since 2015. I only need to find a colorist and an editor, I think. Yeah. Core, let me see, where are we here? Oh, yeah, Comics and Nostalgia. Thanks for $10. Oh my God, you stumbling in that Lawrence Southern video was priceless. I haven't laughed so hard in a long time. Thank you for that. Shout out to my channel. For my channel, please. Thanks. Comics and Nostalgia. Go check out Comics and Nostalgia. Yeah, that video has come back to haunt me. That was my me versus Antifa video. I was in Washington D.C. on January 20th for the presidential inauguration. I assume that was actually January 19th, the evening before. I was there, very, very, very drunk, attending gala events for the president of the United States to be. And I did stumble. I'd had quite a few, and I did stumble across Lauren Southern, who wasn't really known yet. She wasn't as famous as she is now. She was wearing a very silly prom dress and was interviewing Muslims on the street about Sharia law. And I stopped and was like, "What the f?" And I just had to listen for a little while. And that video has resurfaced, unfortunately. Tabletop Joe, thanks for $2. Hail Caesar and ComicsGate during afternoon drive. Yeah, wherever you're going in your car, we're happy to be with you. It's me and Mitch Breitweiser, creator of Red Rooster, Nasser, creator of Stardust, and someone else. I can't really tell who it is right now. Who just popped into the chat?
That's me, Donald.
Oh, hey, Donald.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what we're looking at. What are we looking at? A comic book?
Yeah, I'm coloring the cover for Brutus.
Oh, how about that? That's nice.
It looks amazing.
Yeah. Dom Casey points out that I had a moose until I was 42. Yeah, that is 43. I had moose. Then he died. He died. Well, he's dead to me anyway. And that is, I hope I don't see him in heaven. I don't think I will. But I don't think wherever he goes, I don't think there will be any less fecal matter. Yeah.
Hey guys, sorry, I have no idea what happened. My Google Chrome just like shut off. So
people took it personally. People thought that. No, people asked Mike. They said, "Hey, are you going to Dragon Con?" And Mike said, "I don't think so," and then disappeared.
Dragon Con got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about not going. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. So yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't go. They have that long line. They have a long line to Dragon Con. It's like 4 different buildings that you have to go to. It's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Why go? That's a long trip for you. That's coast to coast.
It is a long trip. It's usually one of my best shows though, but this whole season has just been freaking crap. So
Is it really? Tell me more about that.
I don't know. Like San Diego, I did about 50% of what I did last year. And just show after show, Denver and what other shows did I do? I think C2E2 was okay, but I was in Artist Alley and I had my son doing my print booth, so I'm not sure if I did any better or worse than the year previous. But it's just show after show. They've been disappointments, and everybody I talk to, they say overall they're down this year. So
yeah, I mean, we heard Billy last night, right? Billy went to 20 shows or 22 shows in the last year. He said that everybody's saying the same thing you're saying, Mike, that the energy is not there.
Yeah.
The retailers people don't see a path forward without the enthusiasm.
Yeah. And I think it's a lot to do with just the people that go to cons, they're not comic book fans. They're 90% of the people that go to cons are Guardians of the Galaxy fans, Avengers fans, frickin' just the media fans, and most of them have never picked up a comic book in their lives.
Yeah, they're Chris Hemsworth fans.
They are Chris Hemsworth fans, and that's why they go to the shows. And frankly, we've had a 10-year build-up to Avengers, and I think that the movie just burst the bubble, and people are just like, good, I can move on to westerns now.
I agree with you. I'm with you, Mike, 100%. I think that's what's going. I think I had a feeling I knew that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
That there's nowhere to go once you're at the top of the mountain. You can't go any further up.
Yeah, and that's why I think they should. I mean, if they had a brain, they would not abandon the Avengers, but they would shift the focus from Avengers, reboot the X-Men, and the Fantastic Four, and take that universe. I mean, you can keep like Ant-Man and whatever the second tier people are, and kind of keep them going and intertwine them and whatnot, but rebuild the universe from a different perspective, and then 10 years from now, bringing it all back together with like Secret Wars or something. So you could do this, you could ride this wave over again, but we are in for a correction right now, I think, and I think a lot of people are going to feel it.
Anthony Halberstadt, thanks for $5. First Amendment thoughts? I don't feel safe in saying anything about that. I'm sorry. Bagel Goose, $2. Did you talk about diversity in comics? I did, Cecil. I talked about diversity in comics. He's fine. Jurified, $2. Mike's eyes are very red. Why, Mike? Why? Well, Mike, are you okay?
You can't even see my eyes. What are you talking about?
Yeah. What is Mike crying about? People are saying. I don't know, Mike. That meme is going to follow you for a little while, but it's not so bad. It's not so bad, So it'll get worse. At least people aren't sending pies to your house. I mean, I got a big crate of pies today. Did you know that?
Did you put it on your Amazon wish list?
I didn't do that. I talked about it, but it was just a joke. I won't need to now because I seriously, I got a crate of pies.
So somebody doxed you just to get your address to send you pies.
I don't know how this person got my address. It's not that hard to get my address.
No, it's not that hard to get anybody's address. I was saying this last night that because I accidentally doxed myself yesterday. I grabbed an envelope to show a comic book and it had my address on it, so I had to delete that video. But I'm like, you know what? It's so freaking easy to get anybody's contact information online. It's really hard to to delete yourself from from the internet.
Yeah, it is. It isn't easy. Hey, Mike, how come you don't use a lot of black shadows?
I like letting the colorist do their job.
I'm noticing that about your work. It's very open. It's very coloring book. You're not using you aren't using black shadows anywhere.
Yeah, not a lot. I'll do. I mean, if it's a situation where it's like dark nighttime, stuff like that, or if they're wearing black, then I like the black to actually fit. I guess. Let's see. Yeah, darkness into the shadows in the background, that helps make things pop. Yeah. So if they're wearing black, I go black. If it's a dark, sort of a situation. But other than that, yeah, I tend to use more gradations of stuff.
Well,
I'm loving this art.
Oh, thank you.
It is nice.
We're moving right along.
Dude, after I'm done shipping out Stardust, I'm gonna buy another copy of this book.
Right on.
In the chat, they're saying, "Damn, dude, you have skill. That's some fantastic work. Wow, those pages are fantastic." Mike doesn't like being blacked, says somebody. A modest use of black is stylistic, I think. Art is amazing. Awesome art. Looks great.
It is, but I find, and granted, when you can control your colorist is one thing, but I got in the habit of I used to do these great core shadows and things, and then I would find that colorists didn't freaking know what to do when you gave him a good core shadow. It's like they would just do the whole thing in the same colors as if there was just some black line down somebody's face, and I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna draw for the dumbest colorists on earth, and just I got into the habit, I guess.
That's why Mike Mignola has the style that he has.
Yeah.
He hated the way people were coloring his work, so he said, "Fine, it's either going to be black or it's going to be white."
There you go.
Hey, you know who reached out to me about joining ComicsGate?
Tell me.
Big name from the 80s, 90s.
John Burns.
Dave Sim.
Dave Sim.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He is ComicsGate.
Yeah, big time. I mean, Dave Sim is an intellectual right-winger. Wrote a whole... Well, first of all, he's super anti-feminist. Oh, my God. I don't think there's ever been anyone who is as intellectually anti-feminist as Dave Sim is. He wrote a whole essay calling women the void. The void. And it is... he doesn't like women. That is something that I'm like, oh, boy, here we go.
Sweet, he'll fit right in.
We love our women. We love our women.
I do love my women.
Yeah. But his attitude about women has made him no friends in comics, even though he is the creator of Cerebus and is a legend in this industry. What an incredible, like historic voice in comics. And I haven't heard from him lately, but I just figured, well, it's because I'm not paying attention to what's going on. He has discovered ComicsGate and would like to be a part of it. I welcome him. I think it's great. I think it's like having Dave Sim here would be hilarious. Are you kidding me? Getting Dave Sim in these chats, I could get him to go off.
Dude, I love this.
He will make the most entertaining content on my YouTube channel talking about women. I mean, I will seem like a feminist. I will seem like a far left feminist. And my views on women and entertainment are such. But I mean, he will be fun to listen to. CZ, thanks for £2. Wasn't the pedo scandal at WorldCom not Decon? Well, that might be another one, CZ. I don't know about the WorldCom one. Dragon Con for a long time was run by and owned by a convicted pedophile.
Yeah.
And he owned the rights to it, and they couldn't get him legally. They couldn't get him. These other people who were also co-owners of Dragon's Con couldn't get his name off the roster. He was making money off of Dragon Con.
And he was in jail.
And he was in jail. He was convicted, and he's real deal. This isn't just kind of an accusation. He was a real pedophile. Yeah. That's why I stopped going to Dragon Con. I stopped going, I think, in 2007. As soon as I discovered this story, I went, well, I'm not going ever again because, my being there is putting money in the pedo's pocket for his legal defense.
They got it away from him.
They did. Okay, I know they got it away from him. I might go now if I ever went to conventions. I don't go to conventions. Yeah, Dragon Con's free and clear. But yeah, for a while it was enveloped in this pedo scandal, and it wasn't the fault of the people who at the time were running Dragon Con, but it put everyone in a really awkward position because if you attended, your money was inevitably and without anyone's control. I mean, nobody could do anything about it, going into the pocket of this guy for his legal defense, and that was infuriating. Fortunately, I believe they de-wrangled themselves from that. You could look that up on Google and get a little more info about that. If you're
Ethan, did you hear about Tom Trainer?
Who's Tom Trainer?
He was the guy that ran all the Artist Alley stuff, or the Pop Culture Alley, whatever they call it.
Dragon Con?
Yeah, the guy, bigger guy with the salt and pepper hair, goatee. I don't know if you remember him. It was a while. He passed away. He was a really good guy, but he just passed away like a month ago.
Bumming. You're going to tell me something awful about him.
No. Well, that's awful.
Yeah, that is awful, but I mean, that's a better kind of awful than the kind of awful I was expecting to transition into there. Dale, the writer. Yeah.
I got to dip out, but
all right, Nasser,
thanks for having me on, Ethan. See ya.
See you, buddy.
Bye, Nasser.
This is kind of the thing. Feel free to just dip in and dip out whenever you want, guys. Dale the writer and artist for Kenaz Comics, £5. Please give a shout out for my superhero comic available on Comixology and Indie Planet. It looks like his book he works for Kenaz, Kenaz Comics with a K. 2 Ks in a row. We're lucky that's only 2. Absolutely. Good luck to you. Go Gojirify, Dave Simmons Cecil show, please. Well, we'll see. I got to give him a call. I guess I got to call him, and we'll see what's up because yeah, I'm interested in having him. Peter Mayer says dying isn't awful. Dying is inevitable. Being a pedophile is not inevitable, thank God. So dying is awful and it's sad. But when we're talking about pedophilia and someone says I have bad news about this guy, we assume the worst.
I see where you were going with that.
Yeah. John Whalen, thanks for $2. ComicsGate sponsored by Just for Men. Yeah, well, I don't use it. I mean, I don't think you can. If you're blonde and you go gray, you're just gray. Like, you can't dye your hair back blonde again. You realize that? I mean, that's you can go black if you want to. You can dye your hair black and look weird.
Wait, does your hair go gray or just white?
Well, you've seen it. I mean, my beard is kind of this light white, kind of grayish thing. It's not gray. It's white. But
you can add some platinum to that.
No, you can't. You can't.
You can't?
No. But what you can do, I've bleached my hair a few times recently. I'm just like, listen, I'm just like, hey, yeah, do whatever. I bleach my hair, and it makes me look a little younger because it kind of blends in with that white platinum gray. You can't really see the gray anymore. So
evens it out.
Yeah, it's effective. But then again, it's in my beard. I can't really, whatever. The Cobra Viper, $2. I thought Dave Sim physically couldn't draw anymore. That'd be news to me. I don't know anything about it, Cobra Viper. I hope that's not the case. But in any way, like he could write. Dom Casey says hair in quotes. It's not that bad yet. It's getting there though. It's getting there. EBS pretends he still has hair. EBS is such a girl. EBS bleached his hair when he was a stripper. Oh my god. There's Mitch, the last comic book artist, $9.99. Could I get a shout out for my comic book on Indiegogo? Red Rooster Golden Age, only 2 days left. Yeah, I haven't built this chat to do that. This was kind of a news chat. I didn't really build it to promote.
Well, that's why I just paid you.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. Yeah, everyone. Red Rooster on Indiegogo. You want to go check that out now and make that, make that a priority because it only has 2 days left. 2 days left. What?
Billy Tucci's calling me. Hold on.
Hello? Billy? Hello? It's your friend Mike.
Oh, I did?
Uh-oh. Let's hear one side of this conversation. Let's hear one side of this conversation.
You freaking bumped me while I was drawing a line.
Yeah. Well, what did you say? I think Billy's in the chat and everyone's excited. Billy doesn't realize. So here's what I did. I mean, for the people in the chat to understand, in order to do ComicsGate Live, which is a very popular show. I mean, we've got, when we go on live, we get, 1,000, between 1,000 and 1,500, sometimes 1,700 people in here. So I put a link, or I made a Twitter message thread, and I just put I think 25, 27 people in there, and I just said, you know what, when I go live, I'm just gonna put a chat or a link to the chat in here. If you want to pop in. No scheduled guests. Feel free to come and go as if this is your mom's house. And that's what people are doing. I mean, they can just pop in anytime they want. And so, Billy, you are in that thread. I don't know if Billy is a boomer. If you think I'm a boomer, Billy is a bigger boomer. He doesn't realize. No, Billy isn't in here yet.
I think he's trying to get in.
What? How hard is it? You just hit the link.
I just finished the episode that you guys did last night with Billy. Just before you put the link in for this one.
Yeah, in our little chat, it says missed call from Billy.
Oh, really? Well, he just has to press the button. That's all. Or hit the link. That's all he has to do to come in.
I could get on the phone with him and walk him through it.
Yeah, I mean,
But he's probably trying to do it from his phone again.
You could still do that, though. I mean, that's not that hard to do. You know, you can pop in from your phone. It's just a matter of making sure that you have Google Hangouts downloaded.
I think people are going to come back and watch last night's show for months and months to come.
It was a good.
It was
show.
good.
Billy Tucci says, "Where's the link?" Billy, go to your Twitter. Billy, if you go to your Twitter, you'll see that there is in your private messages, in your direct messages, you'll see that I've created a whole thread called ComicsGate Live. You're a part of it. ComicsGate Live. It's a group chat. You're in there, and there's a link to this chat. If you just hit that link, you will be right in here. And I'll put a link in there every single day that I do one of these, and you can always hit that link and join the chat. Come and go as you like. He's like, okay, I'm trying. You just press the link and you're in. It should be pretty easy. You guys see what we go through? I mean, you know, Billy is somebody who we are going to have to teach to do this. He's going to be a pro at it soon, though. People want to see Mike's art for a little while. Okay, let's put Mike on the screen here.
Yeah, I put this up because I don't know why my computer freaking booted me, but because this is what I usually do during the day. I'll do a live stream and just draw. So for those who would normally watch me do this during the day, here I am.
It's handy. It's handy. All right, okay. So my new video just uploaded. Kelly Marie Tran's fiery condemnation of racist Hollywood. That is my take on that article. I can't wait till people. Yeah, and it is true. I mean, Kelly Marie Tran, Rose Tico, just came out today, a New York Times essay, and said some things that I think people misinterpreted. I'm going to go ahead and interpret her words my own way, and I hope people do enjoy that video. I'm going to have to do a video about this James Gunn stuffing midgets into refrigerators story, into mini fridges.
Really?
What? Yeah, you missed that whole thing.
Oh my God.
That is the breaking news today. The breaking news today is that James Gunn used to have an Asian midget girlfriend who he would physically abuse, when she did not get stuffed into small objects, sandwich boxes, mini fridges, etc., etc.
Sounds too bizarre to be true.
It does, but it is all true. It is all true.
Breaking news: James Gunn is a freak.
Yeah, he is a strange guy.
Yeah,
he is a strange guy.
Yeah,
Broccoli,
you get that feeling. Have you ever met his brother? You get the exact same feeling from his brother. Like, you're like, man, this guy's probably been hanging out with the wrong kind of people.
You think so? You think he's like got that spooky kind of vibe about him?
Yeah, like.
Oh.
How's everybody going to defend that now?
I don't know. I really don't know. All right, fellas. Well, this has been Comic Artist Pro Secrets live afternoon chat. I am up. I'm getting to work. I got to do this Jawbreakers cover. I'm going to do this probably as a separate silent live stream. I can't do what Mike does. Mike sits there and talks while he draws. I actually have to concentrate. Let's see. Dom Casey says, is there any female comic artist that would want to be a part of ComicsGate? Yeah, there are a bunch of females. I understand Blake Northcott she's not an artist, she's a writer, is ComicsGate. And I understand there are a couple more. And there will be more when it becomes financially viable. What you guys have to understand is that most people are desperately hanging on to low-paying jobs in comics and are afraid to take the leap into something different. We're going to have to show people that it is safe. It is safe to come over here. And once it is safe, people will probably also join. Jeffrey Grimm says, "Get Gail, LOL." Yeah, probably not. Probably not Gail Simone. Thank you anyway.
Speaking of that, I sent a message to Dan Fraga about bringing Black Flag over to ComicsGate.
No. What did he say?
Didn't get a response yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. I don't think Dan would do it. I think Dan. Yeah, you have to be. I don't know. I don't. I've talked to Dan too. I think Dan would get talked out of it by his peers. But I would love to have Black Flag over here. That would be terrific. That would be nice.
Dan's a good guy. Hey guys.
Hey, Art, you got here just as I'm about to end the show. For yeah, I'm gonna kind of.
Billy's gonna show up after it's over.
I know. Like, what happened? What happened? Sorry, guys. Yeah, I do need to get to work. But thank you all for joining. I'm going to be on the High Council tonight. That is going to be at World Class. I think it's at World Class Bullshitters tonight. Also, we will be back. Maybe after that, we'll do a late ComicsGate stream, depending on how everyone's feeling. And I'm going to go live and draw this monkey cover now. I got to draw a monkey. I got to draw John Malon's 8. Should I draw the ape in
Don't forget the diaper on it.
Yeah, do the diaper, dude.
Kids love the monkeys.
I'm going to do it. All right, guys. So thanks very much, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Alrighty.